whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today, but if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on through our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates
Beyonce,
and for the Patreon.
I guess
it is
she's
the
going to
same
have
as
a
the
country
YouTube
album.
channel. This channel is
Guaranteed is
2786.
going to do.
All right. I'll holla. Peace. All right, welcome. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know, something about that. We are live. We are live, and I'm coming at you with five, ladies and gentlemen, on a Tuesday. Uh, I know that I had stated previously I wasn't going to be coming back doing my live streams, like talking about it on a regular basis. And I'm not necessarily. But I got to be honest with you, I could not just stop doing the video. I thought about this for a while, doing a live stream, because I didn't do my live stream on Sunday. But it's too, I said, and felt like coming on yesterday because we were off from work. But I said to myself, I had to come off and talk to my family, my YouTube family, my social media family, my B1 family that have supported me all through the years. And so I wanted to come on and talk about a few things. So even though I got 10 people in here, there's a couple of things I'm going to try and get through as fast as I can. A lot that's going on. Shout out to Danielle. Shout out to Bookie the Realist, one who cares. Shout out to all of you. I have a feeling we got more than just 11 people. I always say 11 people, but whoever is in the building, I need somebody to smash up the likes. I need you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. More than anything, to keep us, of course, and this is part of the problem that I have with having a stable audience. Although my stable audience, at least, if I have a great topic or event coming on, it's usually I might, like, for instance, if I have a guest like Judge Joe Brown, if I have a guest like Andrew Wyatt, I can get 40 or 50 people in here. But I have over 1,300 subscribers. I'm expecting to see when I go live at least 100 people, which I know YouTube is doing something with the censoring, with the algorithm in which people can see me. And it's difficult, which is why I had made that decision. But I'm not giving up. I said we were taking a hiatus. I'm not going to be doing the show like I normally do, but I'm still going to be coming on here periodically. I'm actually in the process of still trying to move the show to another platform. Like, I gave everybody my Rumble information, so where people can subscribe there. I'm going to upload things. Another way you want to support, y'all should join the Patreon, because I can drop videos in there. Now, it's been difficult on social media because there is a censorship platform going on, but I keep fighting. I keep on doing it. I don't give up in this stuff, because when you do, they win. Nevertheless, this ain't a pity party, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get this thing started. Our main topic, of course, if you saw from the thumbnail, of course, I'm talking about Beyonce having her country music album criticized by some, by others, and I'm going to talk about it in particular. And because, I'm already on Rumble. I have an account. I just haven't posted as much as I should, because let's be real, Google, which runs YouTube, is the largest. Obviously, it's where you make the most of your money. I mean, people who are even shadow banned on YouTube, people who don't fit the criteria, they also have a large following. You look at, I mean, and there are people who say worse than what I say on here. Although, like, shout the 5150 show, I don't think of Corey Holcomb. He has over 300,000 subscribers, but Corey Holcomb, and this is not a diss to the 5150 show, but I mean, Corey will curse all the time. Corey will drop that, he's used faggot, the word fag. I don't want to get uh, suspended for saying that, but I mean, he's used that. I've heard other YouTubers say it. I mean, you look at the Black channel, the Black Authority. He has over 175 subscribers. He has a following. He has a following. I'm going to be posting some videos there. But let's go ahead and get into this because I talked about the country music album Beyonce is being criticized for, and there's a couple other stuff. But Beyonce, well, when we talk about country music, first and foremost, and I think we can use this for our Black History moment for tonight. I think he's perfect. Everybody knows who this man, or should know who this man is. Corey does not. Corey talks his shit all the time. How many of you know who Charlie Pride is? An American singer, guitarist, and professional baseball player. He is one of three African American members of the Grand Ole Opry, which is basically the country music. That's basically the country music mecca, especially Nashville. That's actually the center of your major music publishers. Now, Charlie Pride died back in December of 2020, but he was inducted in the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2000. He has an incredible legacy. He was in the United States Army. He also played in the Negro Leagues. Uh, he pitched for the Memphis Red Sox. How many of you knew that? And he was drafted in the Army back in the 50s. Now, he's won several American Music Awards for country album, country male artists, and at least two favorite country male artists in 73 and 76. Purpose of all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is that Mr. Pride is a pioneer in country music. And Black Americans in particular actually created, just like R&B, just like pop, gospel, country music has its roots in Black history and slavery. Remember the movie Roots with Fiddler? He's playing on the violin. That has roots in country music. Ray Charles' highest selling album of all time, Ray Charles, of course, was a country music album. And this was a man, Charlie Pride. Now, focusing on Charlie Pride, he broke a lot of barriers. He was once quoted in the Associated Press by making a comment. They used to ask me how it feels to be the first colored country singer. Then it was the first Negro country singer. Then first Black country singer. Now I'm the first African American country singer. That's about the only thing that's changed. So, Pride, of course, after he was active in baseball, he became encouraged to join the music business by country stars such as Red Sylvine and Red Foley, and he recorded songs at the famous Sun Studio in Memphis in 1958. Now, he died in 2020 in Dallas, Texas, due to complications from COVID-19. But he had an incredible legacy. I believe he was survived by his wife, Rosine, and their three children. He also had five grandchildren and two great grandchildren. In the 1970s, he had an extramarital affair with an unmarried Dallas flight attendant. And in 1979, she gave birth to a son, Tyler. Wow. His wife stayed with him. Okay. That money good. That country pride in the family pride, and I didn't know what did him. And I get the bed, and I got the bed, and I bet you wouldn't read them. But I got myself a comic but then a theme of scene. Oh, I'm gonna keep that melody to myself, cause it's gonna make money. Oh, yes, it's true, it's true, it's true. Country music was made for black folks too, by black folks too. Yeah. Now, I made that beat off the top of my head while I'm sitting right on chair. And I got my beat. I can't think of nothing else, but I just keep on singing. But that's your Black History moment. So everybody keep thinking, yes, it's true, oh, true, it's true. Country music was made for by black folks too. For black folks too. Yeah. So we salute tonight Charlie Pride, one of the pioneers in black country music. I also got to shout out Ray Charles. Ray Charles was a genius in everything. So Beyonce has been criticized for a country music album that she's doing by a lot of people. She had a song that was released. If you saw the thumbnail for tonight's broadcast, of course, that was from her. I don't even want to play the song, but that was from her latest single, Texas Hold'em, which debuted at #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs. So she is dominating. I remember this happened even a couple of years ago. Beyonce had a country album or a country song, and there were people that criticized her. I remember, and I don't like him right now. I remember when Lil Nas X did Old Time Road. Now, that was a song that brought Lil Nas X out to the public back in 2019. 5 years ago. It's hard to believe that was 5 years ago when Lil Nas X came on the scene, bursting on the scene. Now he won't go back. Yeah, I know them sisters too. They got black women. Yeah, there's a group of black three sisters from Mississippi that sing country music. They've been on The Voice, and I think no, America's Got Talent. One of them damn shows nobody watch. I don't watch. My parents they watch it all the time, and they were singing Dolly Parton songs. So yeah, interesting enough, especially for my Michael Jackson aficionados out there. I'm talking to you, Cece. Did you all know that Michael Jackson owned Dolly Parton's music publishing? He also owned Garth Brooks, according to Dick Gregory. Michael Jackson in the mid 90s, remember when he merged with Sony to form the Sony ATV Music Publishing Company? He got a percentage of Sony, and he also got the rights to several other catalogs. ABC Records, which I believe was ABC Records owned a lot of country music. I think Ray Charles was part of that at one point. Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn. Those are some of the songs that are in uh, the Sony ATV catalog. But nevertheless, and Beyonce is in that as well. So Beyonce is dominating the charts. She's the first black woman to top the Billboard country songs with Texas Hold'em. All right. This is according to The Guardian. So she's topped the charts. And she also has topped the hot R&B and hip hop songs. The first woman to do so since the list began in 1958. And I bring this up because she's been getting criticized. It's not the first time it's happened. The song Texas Hold'em has been streamed 19 million times and downloaded 39,000 times in the United States, according to entertainment data Luminate. It debuted at #2 on the Hot 100, where the superstar's other new track, 16 Carriages, debuted at #38 on the Hot 100, #9 on the Hot Country. A country radio station, I'm skipping through some of this, but country radio station in Oklahoma initially declined to play a request for Beyonce's new single, though they later changed their tune after a viral campaign on X. The station said they hadn't yet been served the file for the track from Beyonce's label when they received the request. I call bullshit on that because, frankly, they get those audio requests all the time shipped out. The song has become Beyonce's first appearance on the Billboard's Country Airplay chart, where it debuted at number 54. Unlike hot country songs, Country Airplay measures only radio play. So country music's relationship, here it is, to black artists has often sparked debate. In a high-profile example from 2019, rapper Lil Nas X, I mentioned that viral country trap fusion Old Town Road was removed from the Billboard's Hot Country Songs after it topped the charts because they stated it wasn't country enough, despite its banjo instrumentation and lyrical content about horse riding. Yeah, she did a song called Daddy Lessons in 2016 that was rejected by the Recording Academy's Country Music Committee, making it ineligible for country Grammys. So who the fuck writes this stuff? Who is the one that makes the decision to say, oh, this ain't country enough? They make these decisions, and they're not the ones that created country music. I'm going to get to that in a minute, Cece. That's who I'm talking about tonight. And so people have gotten their panties in a bunch over Beyonce singing this song. And of course, there's one person in particular who outright said some of the most, I've only read what he had to say. But Dukes of Hazzard star himself, John Schneider. John Schneider made some remarks on the news about Beyonce's country album, and I'm going to play it for you. Now, this is the same John Schneider who had a starring role in The Haves and Have-Nots that was made by Tyler Perry. Not that I brag on that. He was y'all remember him from the Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't even remember the Dukes of Hazzard as a kid, but
the lefties in the entertainment industry just won't leave any area alone, right? They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they?
They've got to make their mark, just like a dog in a dog walk park. You know, every dog has to mark every tree, right? So that's what's going on here. Shania and the other folks you talked about, what they did is they were in country music and they went out. That's one thing. But people coming into country music have because I know a little something about country music.
And I bet we haven't bought an album since. I know something about it. And what's your last hit album? In 1981?
The lefties in the entertainment industry just won't leave any area alone, right? They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they?
They've got to make their mark, just like a dog in a dog walk park. You know, every dog has to mark every tree, right? So
every dog has to mark every tree. Now, you know what he's implying when you hear that. A female dog, as you already know, is a bitch. Did he have to make these remarks? Now, he can miss me and say, oh, I didn't call her that. I didn't say, no, that's what you're implying. Who the frick asked you or cares about what John Schneider thinks? Now, John Schneider lives out here in Louisiana. He's got a home out in Livingston. He just went through a divorce. I remember a few years back.
Every tree, right? So that's dog walk park. You know, every dog has to mark.
The lefties in the entertainment industry just won't leave any area alone, right? They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they?
Oh,
they've got to make their mark, just like a dog in a.
They tell you everything when you didn't even take this. When you didn't even invent country music, and let's not forget, her mama's from Louisiana, her daddy's from Alabama, and she lives in, and she's from Texas. That's country enough, Johnny. And so when you have this lady, I don't know who this heifer is on the left, but the fact that she says the left try to take control of everything, that tells me everything I need to know and what I need to know about these two and individuals like her. And Schneider, as I called him, Red Dick Bob. No, he just lost his wife. He went through I remember he went through a divorce. He was married 3 times. He was married about 3 times. I remember that. So, yeah, his last wife just passed. Okay. But I remember he got divorced back in 2014. So that's what happened. All right. To Ellie Castle. That was his second wife. So, okay. So his last wife died. All right. This is the same John Snyder. Yeah, he had the Secret Service called on him for supposedly making a threat on the President of the United States and Hunter Biden for treason. He called for the prosecution and their public hanging. Yeah, his last wife was his manager. Okay. Well, be that as it may. Yeah, I remember he was married, his second wife. He went through, yeah, I only remember he had property. He has property up here and living in Louisiana out in Denham Springs. And I believe he was going through a divorce there. I distinctly remember that because that made news. He was on the Have and Have Nots, which was on OWN. And yeah, people are branding him a racist for what he said. What he said was despicable. Yeah, John Snyder has studios out here in Denham Springs. That's correct. Right there on Highway 190. Fucking boss hog. But this is stuff we fighting to, family. Fats Domino is a rock and roll pioneer. He's a R&B pioneer. He's a pioneer, period. He's a New Orleans pioneer. New Orleans rhythm and blues. New Orleans rock and roll. Denham Springs is the headquarters of the KKK. I know about Denham Springs. I've been out there. Don't go out there after at dark. Some people say it changed, but that's the sundown town. Right. The Imperial Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan lived out there, Bill Wilkinson. Yeah. I haven't been, it's been a while since I've been in Denham Springs. I've never had an issue, although you can tell by certain places you go how guards may look at you, but being a lawyer, I never had an issue per se when I was there uh that I can recall. But I know every experience, just because it didn't happen to me, it doesn't happen to someone else. So, but This is the type of mindset like John Schneider, of this racist, arrogant, reeks of arrogance, reeks of racism, it reeks of ignorance, obviously, for him to say that. And if they had any inkling, they would know first off that when you say they said the left, and that was what they really meant to say was blacks. Don't be fooled by that. I'm not a fan of the Democratic Party, but I'm damn sure not a fan of Republicans either, per se. But that's what they mean. How they're taking left have to take care of have to take over everything. What they mean to say is black. And Beyonce is not taking as guess what? Beyonce is dominating everything. She's got more talent. And I'm not even a Beyonce fan per se, but Beyonce, let's be real, she's got more popping than John Snyder on that or that hoe on the left. So I don't really care for none of them. And yeah, they can go back and look at this video, but for you to say that and attack someone because of country, you don't like them, yeah, that's fine. You got freedom of speech. But how you say it and what you say are two different things. And it goes a long way. So I personally, I might even listen to I'm gonna listen to the song tonight. Texas Hold'em. What y'all think of Red Dick Bob, John Schneider? Y'all smash up the likes, smash up the likes. All right. Yeah, I saw Brother Dwan B earlier. Dwan B was even talking about, shout out to him. He was talking about how Beyonce's been accused of stealing songs and so forth. That's something different. But I think he was talking about country music. And if you even listen to Dwan B has a whole breakdown, that learning tree of black music. I'm pretty sure you can find black country singers. So something to do in these last weeks of black history, although Black History Month should be celebrated all through the year. Now, speaking of Beyonce, of course, Beyonce's friend Kelly Rowland has come under attack as well. You know, should I say Beyonce's second banana? Because Beyonce, Kelly Rowland was the one who actually was was obviously the second to Beyonce with Destiny's Child, and Kelly was supposed to host the Today Show, and there was some issue with their dressing room, and Kelly Rowland backed out at the last minute. She was supposed to come on with Hold a Copy, and Bethany Frankel had to stick her ugly nose, her ugly ass, where it didn't belong, attacking Kelly Rowland over what she called diva behavior. So I'm going to play this, and I want you to, and this is a thing, whenever black people want to, I guess, show class or expect some classy service, they get called out for being uppity or being a diva. I want y'all to listen. Hold on. This is Bethany Frankel. Y'all look at Bethany.
Kelly Rowland walked off the set of the Today Show because the dressing room wasn't up to par. She was co-hosting with Hoda, and it wasn't it. I've co-hosted with Hoda, and I've arrived there, and the makeup area that you touch up in is often a drop cloth, like a black drop cloth. And then your dressing room is the size of a closet, and you're trying to fit all your people in the clown car. And you know what? You're so excited. You're so gracious. You're co-hosting on the Today Show, an institution in entertainment, a news organization.
What?
It's not about fancy dressing rooms. The makeup area is completely communal.
Bitch, what? Oh, hell no. The Today Show is an institution in entertainment. That's the first damn lie she said. Come on, man. Who watches? What? The Today Show is an. Do you know why cable television right now is dead? Yeah, people still have a cable box. People still provided. People still have a cable box in their home. At least some people, especially the baby boomers that are still around. There's some people who use it, but primarily people use cable now, really only because of the internet service. But cable TV is dead, man. People watch things online. People go to, you know what, the YouTube is actually a better place for is a stable of entertainment. The internet. People who are getting internet famous. Kelly Rowland, obviously she had an issue with the dressing rooms. And, I don't know, she may have had an entourage. She had an entourage probably, or a group of people maybe that she travels with, that she wants in a room and realized it was too small. That could have been an issue. And for her to say, "Oh, she should have been prior," like, don't get up in it, nigga.
The food is like grab a croissant and some plastic and pray for the best, and it's just not what that's about. And it's an leader and to sit down with Hoda, and that was not the moment for diva expectations.
Nobody asked you,
Off
bitch.
the set of the Today Show because the dress.
Nobody asked you. Nobody asked your opinion. Who in the hell are you? If it weren't, this is somebody, first of all, if you know who Bethany Frankel is, I think she's with first of all, Bethany Frankel, I think she was with the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Was that it? Bethany Frankel. Yeah, she was a reality TV star, right? The Apprentice with Martha Stewart. That's where she got started. And she did the Real Housewives of New York City. And what she was able to do and how she's made her money not through the reality shows. She created, if I'm not mistaken, was it a makeup line? I know she's an author and so forth. But that's how she's made her money. Yeah, but that's essentially how she's made her money. Okay, even so, whatever she created, she's not the talent that Kelly Rowland is. Kelly Rowland, of course, has been around longer than her. We remember Kelly Rowland at least from, I want to say, early 2000s, late 90s, when Destiny's Child broke out of Houston. At least when they had the four of them, and there were at least three dark-skinned people, sisters in there, before they brought in Michelle Williams. See, I remember Kelly Rowland. So Bethany Frankel is only known because she's a reality star. So she had a cocktail line called Skinny Girl. That's what that was. Excuse me. She's an author and actress, but she's had a cocktail line called Skinny Girl. I'm talking about Bethany Frankel. And that's how she made her money. And she sold it for $120 million to Beam Global. So she's filthy rich. So is Kelly, so is Kelly Rowland. I don't know what her network, Kelly Rowland's network is, but Kelly Rowland was on to the Today Show to promote a film that she's doing with Tyler Perry. But they're both millionaires. Let's put it that way. And Kelly obviously had an issue. We don't know what the issue was with the green room. Now, Hoda Kotb said, "Oh, she could have shared my green room. She could have been with me." Maybe Kelly wanted a green room that was large enough to have her entourage with, especially if she wanted to go over stuff, if she wanted to have her makeup done by a certain crew, if she wanted to talk with them about something. It could have been a host of things. Now, I can tell you, at least, even though I wasn't there, I have a very interesting Kelly Rowland story. I didn't meet Kelly Rowland, but I knew someone God bless his soul. And he's deceased now. But he lived in Texas. He was my brother's best friend. Grew up with, or grew up around, I should say, with Destiny's Child. Because I think Kelly Rowland, or either Beyonce, I think Kelly, no, it was definitely Kelly, lived across the street from him. And he walked up to Kelly Rowland to talk to her because this was the time when Destiny's Child just broke, like their first big break. And they weren't what they were like in 2004 when they did Survivor and all the other pop songs, or 2003 when it was their trio. They were popular, or growing, I should say. They were getting big. And so what happened is that he tried to talk to him, and Kelly wouldn't speak with him. So I can tell you that's what he told me. And in typical style, he's fashion. He said, guess it's true. Money does change niggas," and walked off. So it doesn't surprise me if Kelly Rowland is a diva. They say she has divish behavior. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I believe that. But that doesn't mean that Bethany Frankel, aka Skeletor, was right in going at the sister because you weren't there. Who knows? Now, I've met Hoda Kotb before as a kid. She was super nice. And so what happened is they had to get Rita Ora to step in to host at the last minute, to step in for Kelly Rowland since she left. And Hoda Kotb has stated that Kelly is welcome to come anytime. I'm going to listen. I don't know if y'all can hear.
But anyway, we do a show, and I wanted to host again. Of course she is. Of course she is. She can share my dressing room. We'll be in it together. But anyway, we do. I just want to say that we love her. We've loved her on this show.
So nobody asked her opinion. And so people on X came for Bethany Frankel. She better set her Skeletor ass up. Yeah, they came for it. She just needs to have several seats. Nobody knows. See, I don't know what the story was or why Kelly left, but hey, she probably could have, like I said again, it could have been a host of issues. You just don't know. That's what they're alleging. And let's say we go with that. But if they couldn't accommodate her when she had asked for it originally, hey, she could have been saying, hey, I'm bringing my makeup team. Oh, I'm bringing my hairstylist. Because you know what? People like to work with those, especially of that stature, with people that they know and trust. And I think that has a lot to do with it. And so, yeah, I see Charlemagne the God gave him the donkey of the day, gave it to Bethany Frankel. Yeah, nobody asked your opinion, Skeletor. Shut the hell up. Do us all a favor. Be quiet. I'm gonna blast Beyonce. I'm gonna bash Kelly. She's the diva. What the hell are you? No talent hack. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna defend Kelly Rowland. May very well be a diva. She may very well be. I don't know her personally, but I'm not just gonna throw shame on the sister like that. No, that's not what I'm gonna do. You say Spirit of Justice. Who only speaks to white guys? Kelly, or are you talking about Hoda Kotb? Please clarify. Final thing I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, an update out in Kansas City, there has been a break in a case, obviously, in the shooting that took place last week at the Kansas City Chiefs parade. As you know, several people were injured and several people sadly also lost their lives. I believe it was a total of, was it 30? That number has grown. There were a certain number of, one fatality that I know for sure. Several people that were injured. And so today we have an update. Today, the prosecutors announced 2 arrests, at least 2 individuals have been charged with murder after the shooting at Kansas City Super Bowl's parade, according to the prosecutor. This is coming from CBS News. Earlier today, the prosecutor made a statement before the public at a press conference. Prosecutor Gene Peters Baker announced Tuesday the woman, of course, that was killed was a DJ. I talked about her. Lopez Galavan. Galavan is the woman. Yeah, may she rest in peace. So we're going to go ahead and play that right quick. Hold on. Fair use, by the way. Fair use for everything.
Our communication with. And the first one is defendant Lindell Mays. Mr. Mays is an adult that my office has had no previous connection or communication with. And we charged him on Saturday morning. We asked for the charges in his case associated with this event to be sealed, as that investigation was so active and ongoing. So I was not at liberty to talk with you about those particular charges until this moment. And just moments ago, the court unsealed these charges, so they are in fact now public. Now today, regarding Mr. Mays, he is in custody and he faces the following charges: murder in the second degree, felony murder, the underlying felony of unlawful use of a weapon. And this is, of course, an A felony, the highest charge that Missouri has available, and it brings up to a life sentence. There are another count of unlawful use of a weapon for shooting at a person. That is the Class B felony, and the sentence range is up to 15 years on that particular count under Missouri law. And then there are 2 associated armed criminal action charges. Mr. Mays is being held on a $1 million bond. Now I'm going to go to the second individual that we have charged. That individual is Dominic Miller. He was also charged last night for his participation in the events that occurred last week. He is an adult and he is in custody. And again, this individual, my office has had no prior contact with this individual either. His charges are the same. That is murder in the second degree, felony murder. Again, the underlying felony for that felony murder is the unlawful use of a weapon, and that is an A felony carrying to a range up to a life sentence in the state of Missouri. A charge of unlawful use of a weapon for shooting at a person, the Class B felony, sentence range up to 15 years under Missouri law. And then again, 2 counts of armed criminal action. These are the unclassed felony in the state of Missouri. And though that individual is also being held on $1 million bond. Now, I would like to try and give you a brief summary of, I think, what occurred that day that led to these criminal charges. From the evidence, it appears that defendant Mays, that's the first person I read off charges on, defendant Mays was in a verbal argument with another individual. And the evidence does not reflect in these early moments that there was any prior history between these individuals, Mays and the individual he was in some kind of verbal dispute with. There was no connection to each other, those 2 individuals. Now, that argument very quickly escalated to Mays drawing his firearm, a handgun. Mays pulled his handgun first. Almost immediately, others pulled their firearms. Defendant Miller was one of those individuals. While both adults are charged with murder, the evidence tells us that it was Mr. Miller's firearm. Mr. Miller's firearm struck Lisa Lopez Gavin. So that's just 2 individuals. And I think as we all stand here, this investigation is still very, very active and ongoing. And we're going to probably quickly leave this room and go right back to that so that everybody understands what's next. So but I do want you to understand, we seek to hold every shooter accountable for their actions on that day. Every single one. So while we're not there yet on every single individual, we're going to get there. And you're going to have questions. you're, I'm sure, going to ask me many questions about this case, about other people's responsibility level, and we are not going to be able to answer those questions for you today. But the most important thing I want you to hear is that we are not done yet. We are not done yet. Now, normally when I stand at podiums like this, we're really just getting started, because a case carries on usually for a couple of years before I can get to a disposition. But vitally important to us, there's another kind of call out, I think, to community on this particular case. I'm asking for individuals to help us who are at the rally, and they may have additional information to provide. Specifically, we're looking for individuals who suffered wounds from their trying to escape. A stampede occurred as people tried to flee. Once gunfire started, there's a lot of video that's already out there showing people literally fleeing in those moments.
They're looking for witnesses to build their case. So they've made their charges in this. So they've charged these two individuals. Sorry, I'm hearing this noise. So these two individuals have been charged. And now they want help with any witnesses, especially who are around there who saw this. So the two men who are being held, obviously, on murder charges, you have Dominic Miller, who was 18 or 19 years old, and 23-year-old Lindell Mays of Raytown. They're both facing second-degree murder charges, 2 counts of armed criminal action, and 2 counts of an unlawful use of a weapon. In addition to that, you also have 2 unidentified juveniles who are also facing gun-related charges in connection with the shooting. 4 people in total have been charged. So what is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, if there's juveniles that were involved, gun-related charges, I suspect, and how they treat juveniles depends on whether they're going to try them as an adult or not. If they're tried as an adult, guess what? You're going to see their image and face blasted on TV. What likely might happen, they could try them as juvies. If they found out that they weren't involved in the murder, they've charged the adults with it, even though one is 18 or 19, because when you turn 18, you're legally considered an adult. Now, this is a sad situation all around. I want to point out the United Way has teamed with the NFL for a fundraiser. United Way does charity work with the NFL, and the Kansas City Chiefs have announced that they were planning to be in the fundraiser as well. Matter of fact, Taylor Swift has donated, or is planning to donate, I believe, $100,000, or has donated $100K to the victims' families and people that were injured in these shootings. It's a tragic situation all around, especially when you have minors. These are kids. I'm in my 30s, and I'm looking at 20-something-year-old and an 18-year-old, Mays and Miller. Lindell Mays and Dominic Miller. See, I'm showing my age. I forgot their names already. 18 years old and 23 years old. They're about to lose their lives. Second degree, I don't know what the law is in Kansas City, but second degree murder, in Missouri, I just know, especially being here in Louisiana, murder is a life sentence. That's a life sentence. First degree murder, that's life without parole. And I'm just looking up the penalty on second degree murder. I want y'all to look at this. So I'm just reading the statute. Second degree murder in Missouri. it reads that any person, hold on, I'm just going to put this up for you so everybody can see this, where I'm reading from. In the statute, Missouri second degree murder penalty, a person commits the offense of murder in the second degree if he or she knowingly causes the death of another person or with the purpose of causing serious physical injury to another person, causes the death of another person, or commits or attempts to commit any felony, and in the preparation of the attempted preparation of such felony, or in the flight from the preparation or attempted preparation of such felony, another person is killed as a result of the preparation or attempted preparation of such felony, or immediate flight from the preparation of such felony or attempted preparation of such felony. There's a lot of preparation in here. So what they're basically, see why they got them on those gun-related charges? I'm assuming those are felonies as well. So they're tying that in with this, and that would be a second-degree murder charge. Wow. Yeah, they're screwed. You know, of course, they may have some defenses. They're innocent till proven guilty. Or who did what is just going to depend. It's just going to depend. I'm trying to see. They may have some of these websites in Kansas City. So it's possible certain defenses, it could be reduced to a voluntary manslaughter. Yeah. Second degree murder. So this is a website here from an attorney out in Missouri. This is Graf and Bachelor. So it's a Class A felony, punishable by 10 to 30 years or life in prison. If the murder occurred while committing another felony, such as a burglary or robbery, then they add an additional time period to it. Either way, man, their life is screwed up from this. I'll send you to the chair. They'll send you to the needle here in Louisiana. And this crazy ass governor we got, Landry. Y'all, do y'all know that Landry is holding a special legislative session? Shout out to you, Danielle. Good night. I'm about to get out of here anyway, but Landry is holding a special legislative session where on crime. And it looks like at least most, if not all, of his bills so far at least have passed the first stage. You know, they go to the committees to get heard first, these bills, and then if the committee approves it, it goes forward to another committee. Then after that's approved, then it goes to the floor and so forth. And that's what's happening right now. Landry wants to put the public defender's office under governor's authority. He wants to have one person, an office, one person, one office running the whole thing instead of a board. And I'm gonna have to do a separate video on that and the impact that's gonna have, because that certainly could destroy and halt the criminal justice process in Louisiana, particularly for the public defenders. So I'm going to do a separate video on that this week eventually. And you guys be safe and be blessed. I'm going to roll up out of here right now, man. Shout out to all of you who have come in and support me all the time when I go live, from Spirit of Justice, CC DeAndre, Danielle, Phantom Beef. Yeah. Bethany Blackwell, Skeletor. I'm going to watch He-Man just for you, Bethany. He-Man. Oh, man, that's classic. Anyway, guys, y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Make sure if you choose to donate to the Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle, subscribe to the Patreon, advertise with our channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, family. Be one, be safe, and be blessed.